moving, talking Northern California hoops. So we got to go up the road to the dynasty that is now crumbling. Klay Thompson leaves the Golden State Warriors for the Dallas Mavericks. Toddy, what were your thoughts when you heard the news?
Well, I mean, it was kind of like the writing was on the wall. You saw that he was offered a contract before the year started, and he was like, I don't really like that number. Didn't have his best season, but Klay still shot like 39% from three, average 18 points a game, a little bit under 20 points. The Warriors didn't have the best season. They battled injuries throughout the year. It was just a whole fiasco. Like they benched him for Podzinski, and then they brought him back in the lineup. It was just a bunch of just a lot of shit going on in it. Unnecessary stuff going on throughout the year, and I feel like contract talks kind of maybe affected Klay's play. I believe he's the second greatest shooter of all time. A lot of people would probably believe and stand on that with me. And I think Klay is going to have a phenomenal year going into Dallas for this next year. He has a lot to prove. People think that he's washed. He'll be the perfect third option for that Mavs team. Mavs need a dead-eye shooter, and I think we can all still say from a career standpoint, Klay Thompson is a dead-eye three-point shooter. Didn't have the best three-point shooting season last year, but he has a lot to prove. I thought he was going to end up with the Lakers just because his dad has a lot of history there. Michael Thompson, as we already mentioned, that was the number one overall pick.
I don't know if he was to the Lakers, though. Did he play there his whole career?
I don't know. I
don't know where he was drafted to.
I guess we don't know ball. But I think it's cool to see that he's going to go. It's weird, actually. He's going to wear like number 33, a Jackie Moon-ass number. It's weird. You would think that Klay was going to retire war. Everyone thought that. And then we saw Draymond was like, yeah, I'm about to go to Memphis. And he ended up coming back. So, it's weird to see that this other Splash brother is now gone to Dallas. Dallas got better. They lost Derrick Jones Jr. and they basically replaced him. They lost Tim Hardaway Jr. and basically replaced him with Klay Thompson. I feel like that's an upgrade. Obviously, Dallas was just in the finals. Luka played his ass off. Is weirdly still playing in the Olympics after he was, kind of limping around throughout the finals. But
his knees be bleeding.
Yeah. Kyrie didn't play as well, so he's looking to have a bounce back year. So we'll see where this Dallas Maverick team is kind of in the West, the Wild Wild West, as we call it. We were just talking about the Kings.
I need somebody to mute their phone for me, please.
Being top 5. But yeah, no, I just think Klay Thompson to this Dallas team is definitely for sure. A lot of people are going to say, well, the Mavs, they don't run pin down screens and blah, blah, blah. You got one of the greatest shooters of all time. I think one of the smarter point guards who've ever played the game, who just so happens to coach the Dallas Mavericks, will figure out how to get Klay Thompson the ball. But yeah, this is a good signing for Dallas, and it's kind of shocking to see that Klay Thompson left the Golden State Warriors.
And before I throw it to you, James, Todd, you mentioned a name that I didn't think no one was going to mention. Tim Hardaway Jr. We saw him throw up brick after brick after brick. So you substitute Klay Thompson in that role, it could be a scary sight. One thing that I wanted to come on here and say is a lot of people said the Warriors would still have been what they were without Klay Thompson. And I think that's 100% not true. Like, I know you brought in Kevin Durant, and I know Klay Thompson took the back seat, but Klay Thompson was a dog. They don't call him Game 6 Klay for nothing. If they don't win that Game 6 and the Thunder go on to win, does Kevin Durant come? A lot of things change. If there's no Klay Thompson, a lot of things could change. So Klay Thompson was a great piece. A lot of people think it's crazy that he left. We saw Dwayne Wade leave. And Toddy said, we all thought he would retire a Warrior. Klay Thompson will definitely retire a Golden State Warrior. Business is business. And I personally believe he should have took a pay cut because they paid him a max contract and he sat out 2 out of the 3 years. So it's like, we got you. We had you back when you was in flip-flops and on your boat, We pay for that boat. Least you can do is scratch our back and come back and finish it going. And one thing that I saw that really stood out, he told Steph Curry not to be a part of it. Like, don't go in there and demand them to keep me. I want them to keep me because they want me. And that was a big sign because I know damn well Steph said, here's the money for Klay, sign him tomorrow. They're signing him tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So to see him go off and the pieces that they were able to add, are they better? I know this isn't first team all defense Klay Thompson anymore, but like Toddy said, he's what the NBA is looking for. 3-and-D guys. And Luka, we saw him on the defensive end, and it was not good. So to bring in a guy like Klay Thompson, yeah, he's not what he used to be, but he's still a really good defender. So
I saw somebody. Oh, my fault, Kev. I saw somebody tweet out that Klay Thompson is the Michael Jordan of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s.
Oh, yeah. It don't get no better than that. So I think it's going to fit in like a glove, man. And I think Luka is going to really hone in on him. We saw Maxi Kleber couldn't get the shots up. Josh Greens. P.J. Washington had his one good series. But to have a consistent shooter like Klay Thompson changes a lot of roles on that team. And I think they're going to really be able to benefit. So, James, swinging it to you next. What were your thoughts on Klay Thompson deciding to leave the Golden State Warriors for the Dallas Mavericks?
I was a little shocked. I wasn't, but I was. Just because, like you said, they gave him so much when he wasn't able to give them anything really on the court. So you would think that he'd be like, all right, I'm towards the end leg of my career. Let me just hone in, take a pay cut. But you also can't blame a man for wanting to get his money. I think when I seen he was signed to Dallas, I thought it was a great fit. Saying, like you seen, P.J. Washington didn't really do what they needed him to come in and do, being that three-point shooter. He had a great series, so he showed potential. But maybe if he's just not the one sole guy to do that job, it'll help out. You give Luka another person to find. It's a great fit. Sometimes people just need fresh air. You have the situation with Jordan Poole last season. You're coming straight off an injury into criticism and, the expectations of championship because y'all just won so recently. So sometimes people just need a breath of fresh air. Let me find myself. I think we're going to see a return of the Klay Thompson we knew at this Dallas because it's just not so much on them anymore. The Warriors, they built a dynasty. How could you expect anything less of Klay Thompson when he's in a Warriors jersey than what you've seen him give? So I think it's a good reset for him. I do hope to see him, Draymond, and Steph all reunite and retire together, though. That's NBA lore that needs to happen.
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you guys think happens to the Warriors? Do the Warriors make the playoffs this year?
I was going to say Warriors damn near did I don't think they make the playoffs, but I think the Warriors kind of did what the best thing they could do to replace what they lost. They went out and got Buddy Hield, who's arguably the second best shooter in the league. I don't think
like Kyle Anderson. I mean, they're doing it piece by piece, and the Warriors really just need those draft picks to develop. You need Kuminga to take another step. You need Moody to take another step. You need Paul Dodds to take another step. So we'll see, man. But playoffs is hard.
They have the same problem as last year. They need another guy that can score. It can't just be Steph doing it by himself.
But yeah, they need an actual. I think Buddy Hield is a decent scorer. We'll see what he does given the chance. Kind of be in the limelight again a little bit because I didn't like him at the Kings, but I won't deny that he would get some buckets. So
they're praying that Jonathan Kuminga is going to be Jaylen Brown. That's what they're praying.
He's not going to turn into that, but if you just use Kuminga for his aerial threat, make him a great rebounder, and I need you to defend. I think Kuminga's a great fit there. They went out and grabbed Kyle Anderson. I think he's going to kind of do what Draymond does for the starters. He's going to kind of come in for those younger guys in the second unit and be that level head that, hey, let's do this right. Make sure you're going here, run the offense, talking to the younger ones. So I think they're moving in the right direction. I just think we won't see another Warriors surge for a long time. So
definitely. And while we're on